All right, I want to just play the original music for a sec. Just because this shit goes dumb hard. Kelso! What's up, Kelso? Now let's put my loop on. You heard the original. That was from Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64 from the year 1998. Now, let's hear what the Endless Cemetery spin on that is. Damn, I'm good. I feel it. I'm waiting for more people, a little bit more people to start running here. Dying with your baby lungs? Cough, cough, cough. Cough, cough, cough. Let's find some cool stuff on YouTube to watch. All right, so we got some reviews of this Gundam. Let me see what the short one. There's a Zaku Aurelius. I'll watch Zaku Aurelius because it's only 20 minutes.
Hey, what's going on, guys? After its delayed release, the Real Grade God Gundam is finally here, and it's pretty awesome. I gotta say, another great addition to the Real Grade line. Let's go ahead and check it out in today's review.
Boomer Rocker, right on.
Alright guys, so starting off, taking a look at the box. As you can see, it's back to the regular, smaller size RG style box, with the standard style box art with CG renders of a close-up on the head, which looks
Game
awesome,
is fire.
and then the God Gundam standing there in a full
It is fire,
head
Mo.
pose. I do have to say, the details and everything on this look really awesome. I love how the box art looks as well, just the glow from the eyes on there. It looks really cool, and just all the details and everything. Over here on the side of the box, you can see this is number 37 in the Real Grade line. And on the bottom of the box, we got some more information here about the kits, the articulation, the details, everything about that.
Brando, this is the Gundam I just got.
Obviously, articulation going to be a very important point of this particular kit, especially because it's a martial arts themed Gundam. And then over here, we got to look at how the kit is going to look just straight up out of the box with just the stickers attached on there, and that's it. It looks fantastic, as the Real Grades tend to do. And then on the other side, some more about some of the effect parts and gimmicks in here. So of course you got your beam swords, but more importantly, you got those big effect rings for out the back, which look awesome. You got some more examples of some extreme posing here, and then just a shot of the backside of the Gundam. Like I said, not necessarily a very big box by any means, but it's not a huge Gundam. We've got our RG style frame. No, it's not. It's just regular frame parts. Here's our effect rings. We'll get to all the runners here. There's the RG runner, which is very small. It looks like just a couple of parts on there. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the manual here first. Once again, in typical Real Grade style, we just have that close-up image of the face here on the front of the manual. On the back side, here's your decal guide. As usual, there's going to be quite a lot of decals here on this, with it being a Real Grade, but they're just all decal stickers. So no waterside decal sheet available for this yet, as I've seen, but I'm sure there probably will be one coming out in the future. Here's our color chart down here at the bottom as well. Pretty standard colors for this guy. On the inside, we've got...
I think I have 4 of those colors. Here. I need to get the rest.
And then we've got some information up here, just a little bit about the God Gundam, and you've got that there in Japanese and English with the nice color photo. Most all the rest of the construction here is...
I'm gonna just say this. As a kid, I used to read these shits in Japanese, and like, it's one of those things where like, a part of me is happy that they started putting those shits in English as well as Japanese, but the other part of me wants children to suffer like I had to suffer in 1999 and 2000 when I was like 8, 9 years old, trying to put these shits together with no nippers, with my bare fucking hands trying to read the directions in Japanese.
It's all going to be in black and white with the important points highlighted for you in pink, which is convenient. Skipping ahead a couple of pages, we've got this section here with some more photos about the hyper mode, energy, multiplier gate, and core lander. This one's only in Japanese though, so no English for this section, unfortunately. And skipping ahead a couple pages more, we have some more photographs here for the weapons section. The weapons section also all in Japanese, no English here, but weapons in this case gonna mostly be just the beam sabers, the kind of Gatling guns up here in the shoulders, and then it's just a melee combat there with the erupting burning finger and all that good stuff. There's a little bit about just how to mount the effect rings, and that's about it for the manual. Alright, here's a look at the sticker decal sheet. It's mostly white, red, and gray. You've got some of your mirror finish ones down here. That'll be like little details that'll go on the frame probably, ones for your eyes, and a couple of the really nice little shiny ones, including a very nice King of Hearts one there that will go on the crest in the center of the chest, I believe, probably. That looks really cool. We got SB16 for our Beam Saber effect parts from 2014. I don't believe these are the same ones that came with the original version of the HG of this kit, so I'm not sure what kit these are originally from, but these are obviously like a katana shaped blade effects here in clear pink for the Beam Saber effect parts. For the effect rings, we'll see how these look on the kit, but they do seem to be relatively sturdy. Obviously you got one here in yellow, one orange, and one red to give you that signature look, of course, and so pretty happy with these. And the good thing is that they look good from the front and the back. Sometimes you get effect parts that like look good from one side, but then from the back side they look kind of weird, but these look nice from any angle, which is awesome. Runner A here is in 4 colors, and it's quite interesting. Mostly blue, but you have some metallic orange up here for the erupting burning finger. You got some clear parts over here, one for the canopy on the core lander, and it looks like a couple parts here, maybe like for the head. These are also going to be your connector parts for the effect ring out the back, and then you have one part down here also in metallic green for in the chest. Runner B, our advanced MS joint runner, is number 20, and as you can see, it's pretty minimal. I think this is probably just shoulder joints and like forearm wrist joints, and obviously like your kung fu posing hands there, but that's about it. Runner C here is in a slightly metallic brownish gray color for some more of the inner frame, and we've got some more of that with Runner D, as we've got 2 of the D runner, so this is going to be parts mostly for arms and legs then. Next we have Runner E1 and E2 for all of our white parts here for the kit. This is a really interesting color. It's slightly off-white, but the finish is what's really interesting. It almost looks like it's like kind of coated with something a little bit, but I can't quite tell. It's really interesting. It's not a very like a kind of normal glossy coat, but it's not a matte finish either. Interesting. Whereas F1 and F2 are going to be in a kind of light beige color for some of our like off-white accents. Runner G1 is going to be all of our parts here in red, and for those parts in the backpack, unlike with the HG, those are not going to be hollow, but they're going to be 2 pieces put together, so interesting. Okay. And lastly, Runner G2 is going to be our parts here in yellow, including our V-fin, which looks awesome, and just other little bits of yellow that go around on the kit.
The V-fin is hard.
Alright guys, so here's the kit all built up. Very nice, very small. Definitely there's a lot of little small little parts in there, but when it all comes together, I mean, it looks fantastic. Everything that you would expect from a beautiful RG kit. It's got
It'd be like that
nice
sometimes, Kelso.
lots of little parts, part separation of everything. Very nice detail and aesthetic styling going on with it, at least in my opinion. I think it looks fantastic. Now real quick, for its accessories, it's going to mostly be hand option parts. So you've got your closed fists for the left and right side. You've got your nice kind of open expressive hands, not super outstretched, but those are very nicely detailed. You got your holding hands for the beam sabers, and then we've got our flat kung fu hands. Now these are the only ones that have a movable wrist joint that's built into the hand, so that's going to rotate forward and back for you to be able to.
The kung fu hands though, that's tough as fuck.
We have our glowing versions,
and there we go.
For the right hand,
that's
we have
tough.
2 different versions for that. One is just with regular kind of outstretched fingers. One is in like the separated finger version for doing the erupting burning finger action. For the left side, we only have just the regular outstretched hand like this, but these hands in glowing orange look really nice. Then our beam effect parts, again, are looking very cool in this katana style clear effect part blade. The handles themselves just slotted right here into the side skirt, so you can slide those out, and they're nice long handles for getting a 2-handed grip on that if you choose to. The effect part will just fit right into there, and if you wanted to use a different style effect part, like just a kind of your standard rounded shaped one, you can use that in there if you have a leftover one from a different kit, and chances are you probably do. The hole is the same, so if you didn't want to use this particular effect part, you don't necessarily have to, but it does look very nice. And speaking of good looking effect parts, here is the one for the backpack, actually like this. Once it's on the kind of ring system here for that, and like I said, the effect parts look great from the front and the back, and this plugs really easily just right into the backpack, right underneath the thrusters there. Plugs right there into place, and now you could attach your action base adapter right up into that for holding the kit up from the backpack. Alternatively, the main hole for plugging this onto an action base is going to be right here up underneath the back skirt section there, right there. You just fold that little panel down, and that's where you can plug your action base into. So before we talk about the rest of the kit, I want to briefly talk about the stickers. I did place a few of them on here, but Here's my problem when it comes to real grades and sticker decals.
Yeah, I'm
What
probably not going to use
happens
the
a lot of
stickers.
time with these is just because these kits are so small and very detailed, you have stickers like this where the
Star
sticker,
Silver.
like the square outline of the sticker barely fits into this space, and you have this corner which is still like sticking up. That's because there's a small detail line right there, and the sticker, you just kind of have to press it down into this little bit of detail there. It's not really going to want to stay there very well. You have stuff like this where it's a sticker on top of a rounded section, and not only that, it's a darker color, so it's blue, so you're going to see the outline of the sticker really easily, and then the areas where it's not going to lay flat because it's a rounded surface. Then you have ones like these here where, once again, the sticker is just too big for the plastic surface, so you'll have a little lip of the sticker that's kind of sticking out over the side, and then down here as well at the bottom, the end of the sticker is sticking out over the edge of the part, so you'd have to go ahead and like slice that off very carefully with a knife. Just go along this edge, cutting the sticker if you wanted to get it actually to fit on there properly. That's my biggest problem with why I don't usually end up using stickers on my real grade kits when I show them to you guys in reviews. The only other ones that I did end up putting on the kit here are going to be the ones for the eyes and the head cameras up there.
Those will probably be the only stickers I use.
If you do want to paint those parts and keep them as like a clear green or something like that, that part is just plain clear, so you can paint those if you wanted to. And then these couple of metallic stickers. This kit has a number of these little just like shiny metallic stickers that go on the outside of the armor.
I don't need to use those. I have
They don't
paint for
look too
that.
bad, I gotta say. If you wanted to add a little bit more kind of shiny metallic detail onto the outside of the kit, I personally don't really care for it all that much, but they don't look as bad as the just regular sticker decals in my opinion. But like I said before, some fantastic color separation here, especially on the head, but throughout the kit in general. That off-white color there, the little bit more grayish cream kind of color there for like the detail secondary color here on like the side of the head. Of course, you have your Vulcan sticking out of the head there as a separate yellow piece, so that looks fantastic. The head articulation will go all the way up like that, which is very far, all the way down.
Thanks for
like
the light,
that.
King.
Our chest part will open up, fold up the yellow part, fold up the blue part. Gonna have to get it just
What up,
right.
Austin?
There you go. Once you get that opened up, it looks really nice. Now you have that metallic green part, and then I went ahead and used just the plain red sticker. But you do also have versions of that sticker that have like the King of Hearts logo on there, which can look pretty cool. And you also have a small little plain clear piece that's meant to go over that section right there in the center as well. I've not gone ahead and put that in yet, just because again, that'll be very difficult to get out later, so it's the kind of thing you're going to want to put in last when putting the kit together once it's all painted and everything. We've got a nice ab crunch here to the front, leaning back really nicely as well. Side to side, some nice range of movement there as well. For the machine guns here in the chest, this white part kind of lifts up and also pushes back a little bit like that to expose your machine gun barrels. There's the three of them right there. Those look really good. The shoulder will swing nice and far forward there like that. You can raise the shoulder armor up. You can extend the arm upwards all the way to here, which is very nice. We've got 2 points of rotation here in the arm, one in the bicep, kind of as normal, and then one right here below the elbow as well, and it honestly is kind of a little bit annoying. I wish they would have just kept it as just the one at the bicep, because when I'm trying to rotate the arm, I end up rotating this part, and then the elbow joint is left in the wrong position, so you kind of have to grab it by the elbow joint to rotate the arm there to the position that you want. The wrist itself just on a simple ball joint here, but our kind of claws, as it were, those will fold out and like that, and these are separately articulated just on small little ball joints, so you can open those out. And it's the same thing here for the separate fingers. Those are just mounted on separate little ball joints in there, so you can move those around. Even this little tiny kind of thumb part of the gauntlet has a little hinge in it that you can kind of open that out a little bit like that, and then of course the whole thing will fold forward just by extending this. Rotate that to the front like that, and there you go. Then you can just kind of spread everything out for the full effect of that, and that looks really nice and works really well. Just another reminder that for the pre-molded RG frame for this kit, all it is one section up here for like the top of the shoulder, and then one section here like in the forearm wrist area. Those are the only parts of that pre-molded frame that you're going to have with this kit. And one last cool thing that you can do here with the shoulders is actually open this up. It's kind of tricky. It was a little bit tricky to get this part in there in the first place, but you can open this up, kind of very similar to like the Unicorn Gundam, how the Unicorn Gundam shoulder armor opens up. You kind of have to pull it out.
That's
and
pretty
lift
cool.
it up, and that's going to expose some of your super mode gold up in there. Now that's just a plain like dark gray part, and you have to put the gold sticker on that to get that effect.
Oh, that's why it
Bad
looks
up in there for that one.
I might paint
skirt
that.
armor is going to be able to go up all the way like so. You got some nice detail up underneath those. The side skirts are actually plugged into the back skirt, so you can kind of move those out of the way nice and far for bringing your leg up, not having any hindrance to that, for bringing that all the way up to the front like that. Going around here to the back skirts are also separately articulated, so you can move those. Just again, keep in mind that when you move the back skirt, it's going to move the side skirt as well, since they're connected to each other. And so as I said, the leg can move very far to the front, but can also move very far out to the side as well. That can go all the way perpendicular to a 90-degree angle out like that, all the way up to the front. When you bend the knee, you're gonna get a nice full bend. And a really cool thing here, this light gray piece of armor here on the back of the thigh actually kind of, it very slightly folds up into the thigh a little bit when you bend the knee, so that you can get a full bend here of the thigh. And this knee armor here will move a little bit as well. It's not like gonna separate out entirely, but you will have a little bit of movement there with that. A lot of really nice color separation down here on the leg, and the ankle armor is actually attached at the back of the ankle, so that's just kind of gonna float there. You have some nice movement here in the foot. The whole front of the foot will move separately, and also the very tip.
I'm actually just gonna go ahead
slightly there like that.
It's a pretty decent amount of people. I'm just gonna go ahead and unbox this junk. What up, Blastoise? Yeah, I miss building them too. That's why I got one. I'll show y'all. Yeah. Looks like everything is in here. my fingernails are really dirty. Pay no attention.
Whole section down like so. Underneath the foot, some pretty nice detail there. And then of course the back of the leg is going to open up, so we can just kind of very carefully pull this off. And I found during the live build that this part comes off kind of easily, so just be careful when you pull that out. Pull it out gently, it kind of extends down and then opens out as well, so that vent that you see, the upper one, will extend out as you pull this part out away from the leg like that. So it looks really cool. A lot of really nice detail up in there with, again, the color separation of the yellow and the light gray parts, so that looks really cool. Now as for the backpack, so these parts are just going to rotate around just like any other version, like you might expect for the God Gundam. But not only that, these have a new feature where they also point backwards, so you can also rotate this whole section to have the wings kind of pointed back like that. And I guess this is supposed to be for like simulating the effect of when it's kind of like boosting like so, although we don't really have an effect part or anything like that to use with that, but it does look very cool, I gotta say. And of course the backpack comes out for your core lander here. Once you have the wings folded back up, again, it looks really nice, very nicely detailed. The kind of cockpit here does actually open up, that tiny little clear piece. So you do have a super tiny little 1/44 scale little cockpit in there, but no pilot, of course. There's that. Again, with a little bit of color separation here at the tips and a lot of just very nice detail all throughout with this. And you can plug this onto an action base. You got a hole right there for just sticking that onto an action base if you want to have this out flying separately from the Gundam. And for a quick size comparison, here it is with the 1/144 scale Strike Gundam from the entry grade line. As you can see, it's not a very big kit by any means at all. But there you have it, guys, another really nice RG in our recent string of fantastic RGs out from Bandai. And like I said earlier, it basically maintains all like the best features of the RG line, having fantastic color separation and detail all throughout the kit, very nice styling to it, fantastic articulation. The range of articulation is especially on this, with it being a martial arts style mobile suit. You really want that. That really has to be quite important, but that once again is the case here with this one, that you have really nice articulation. Scale. You're able to do basically any pose that you could possibly want with this, which is great, and like I said, very important for this particular mobile suit. The only thing that I guess is a little bit different from the norm for an RG kit is the very small amount of that pre-molded frame, but that's not necessarily different from the norm recently. That's different from how the line started out, but as we've seen with a lot of the recent RG kits, they have very minimal of that pre-molded frame going on inside of them. And you know, you can have an opinion on whether you like that or dislike that, if that's something that you find is kind of missing, that you like about the RG line and is missing from more of the recent releases, or if you like the fact that you don't have that so much. I personally don't really mind either way, so long as the kit is nice, and this is definitely a really nice kit. I mean, the more of the frame that you're able to just build yourself, I kind of prefer that. But it is an interesting gimmick, and I guess in a way it is kind of sad to not have that quite so much with the more recent releases, just because it was something that really uniquely differentiated the RG line. But what are your thoughts on the amount or the lesser amount of RG pre-molded frame that we have in the more recent RG kits? Let me know down in the comment section below, and of course let me know your thoughts on this kit down there as well. I think it's an awesome kit. Definitely, if you're a fan of G Gundam, especially a fan of the God Gundam itself, like I am, I'm very happy to have this. I personally think that this one looks a lot better than the differently styled version that we saw in the high-res line, but I don't know your guys' opinions on that one too. I didn't particularly care for the styling of the high-res kit. The HG kit I recently reviewed, and it's a fantastic kit just because of the fact that it's a bit older and still holds up really quite well. And the nice thing about that is that that's more anime accurate, but if you wanted something a lot more detailed and a little bit more stylized, I think this is a really, really nice option for you. So definitely recommend it, guys. If you're a fan, definitely check it out. And of course, you can do so at USA Gundam Store. The link will be down in the video description below. As always, you can check this kit out and every other RG kit and all the other cool stuff from Bandai there at USA Gundam Store. And if you guys would also like to like and or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. But thank y'all so much for checking out the video today. Until next time, hope y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
So yeah, that shit's happening. Let's play some fucking Gundam Evolution. Alright, the game's booting up. I think I want to build a new machine. Because games take pretty long to launch this machine. I think I want to build an Intel machine. Build a cyborg. I'll build a soul of a new machine by Fear Factory. Good middle option? Yeah, that's true. The SSD I have in here is really small. It's only like 150 gigs. It's just my boot drive. How old's my PC? I built this PC in 2017, right after my house burned down. It's got a Ryzen 1700X, 16 gigs of memory at 4400, I think. And yeah, I got a RX 480 in there for graphics. Starforge, yeah, that's the only way to go. I built this one. It's done me some pretty serious justice for the last 5 years, for sure. Coming up on 6. I'm using it right now, and my only gripe with it is that games take too long to launch. Like, I can render video, I can obviously produce music. I can do mad shit with this PC still. I just feel like it might be time for an upgrade. I just got a Razer Blade, like a 2020, I think it was, Razer Blade. It's got a RTX 2080 in it. I have so much money on the game or in real life, because I'm broke as fuck in real life. I don't have no money in real life. Your PC is 12 years old? They picked all the fucking Gundams. Oh, Razor Blade? Yeah, I got that shit in credit. I was actually just thinking about that. That was like probably one of the worst decisions I've made in recent history. Because I bought that with my Amazon Prime shit. And yeah. It was a $2,000 laptop because I got a like refurbished one or whatever. And I was like, 2 bands, like, you know, I had a job at the time. And I was like, Take me like a year or two to pay that off, whatever. It'll help me with my stream. And it'll help me render video and stuff. And yeah, I still have a $2,000 balance on that fucking computer. I still owe $2,000 for that computer. It's kind of fucking my credit up pretty bad. Moral of the story, kids, if you have the option to just get stuff that you think is really awesome that you probably can't afford in the moment on a credit card, don't do that shit. I am older than a credit score. I have existed in the world longer than credit scores have, but that one thing is fucking my life up more than I could have ever possibly conceived. I'm like laying DPS down and my team is letting me down. I feel. I'm gonna get killed. That's probably what's gonna happen. Oh, never mind.
Fight for control of the target area. Fight for control of the target area. Area contested. Objective contested.
I don't know why nobody plays the Dom. Like, the Dom is like S tier.
Things are going well. All troops, press the advantage. Nearly ours. 3 minutes remaining. Objective A has been captured. Proceed
Captured
to
IP.
Objective B.
Got him. Yeah, Rick Doms get owned in the anime all the time, but in this game, this shit's S tier. They made the like God tier Gundams low-key mid, and then they made all the Jobber Gundams fucking S tier. It makes no fucking sense.
Gotta reload. You have to take it from here.
How does the gun tank even compete? The gun tank is low-key like B tier. It's kind of silly. It's kind of really silly. Like it's not power scaled like the anime. It's basically just Overwatch with Gundam skinned over it. Cause like the Gundams, like okay, so put it this way: the Zaku is faster than the Sazabi. Like just a regular like Zaku 2. Like long range Zaku 2 at that. Will outdash you if you're playing as Sazabi. I was gonna say, if somebody didn't fucking close on that kill, holy shit. Oh my god. Social credit is better than financial credit. True, Selassie.
Capturing the objective.
Yeah, at least banks can't come to your house and break your legs. That's true.
Here, hostile fire confirmed.
Objective contested.
Fucking hit myself in the face with my own rocket.
Got your back. That's it. Teaming over fully charged. Got a lock on me. The entire enemy squad has been annihilated.
Oh yeah, boy.
Completed the mission.
Bodied them nigga.
That seemed a little too easy.
Hit him with the little shoulder tackle.
Round complete.
That's what I liked about that game, Gundam Battle Report. 2 or whatever that game was, because there was like space battles too. That shit was tough.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
Who was it that asked for me to play as Zaku? Ugh.
Copy that. Thrusters high.
I remember somebody asking me to play Zaku.
We're dropping you back in now.
Break's over, folks. Let's roll out. Ready to launch at any time.
Friendly fire's not a thing, but obviously in any game you play, unless you have a special perk on, if you shoot a rocket launcher at a wall directly in front of you, you're probably gonna blow yourself up. And just, you know, is.
The enemy has begun their assault.
Let's go welcome our guests, shall we?
Let's do this, everyone.
Combat in progress. Deploy at once.
I can't jump on that? Come on now. Oh yeah, you fucked up.
Nothing to worry about.
Enemy unit has a shield. An enemy flyer has appeared.
That sounds like a GM sniper. Doesn't sound good. I'm not gonna hold you.
Hostile flyer confirmed. Enemy flyer sighted.
An ally's mobile suit has been destroyed.
Fuck.
Take it from here.
Hostile units confirmed. The enemy is here.
The enemy is capturing.
And it sucks because the low-key meta Gundams, like the high-key meta Gundams actually, are paywalled. They're paid DLC. Like the unicorn's passive is just that everybody around you slowly heals over time. It's the fucking doofiest shit ever.
An ally's mobile suit has been destroyed.
So every game, you gotta hope at least one of these niggas in your fucking on your team isn't broke like you are.
Area contested. Capturing the objective. Hostile activity increased. They've nearly captured the objective. 3 minutes remaining.
Enemy unit sighted.
Area contested.
The enemy has used the G maneuver.
They found our location. Watch it.
Caught his ass with that one.
The enemy is here. Activating G maneuver. Activating G maneuver. Activate. Now's our chance. Let's go. Fire confirmed. That's one.
This little goofy little space Molotov.
Enemy unit spotted.
Space does.
Activating my G maneuver. Now's our chance. Let's go. Hostile units confirmed. Enemy sniper spotted.
Owies, owie. Space does.
Watch it.
Long-range G maneuver.
I don't know what I tried to do right there. I'm goofy.
The enemy is capturing the objective.
Oh,
Light control of the target. Area contested.
Now for the counterattack.
Eliminate the enemy as soon as possible. The enemy has captured objective A. Reposition and defend objective B.
We've got to take care of this at once. They took the area, but not our hope.
Allied unit down.
there it is.
Fire down.
Oh, we want to throw shit. All right, bet.
They know where we are. Enemy crawler defeated.
Got him too. Ah. I just remembered I don't have Chatterino.
Now for the counterattack.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, the reach is kind of silly. I won't lie, it's a little bugged. It's kind of stupid.